And all the basketball players was telling the teachers and everybody that I could sing. So I'll never forget, rest in peace, Miss Stallings. She was my art teacher. And she called me up and she said, Felony, I'm hearing around the school that you can sing. I said, well, where'd you hear that? You know, she said, don't play with me. You know, and Miss Stallings was a big, tall lady, you know, like, and she said, you know, looking down at me. Like, so I'm like, well, yeah, I sing a little. She said, well, let me hear you sing. So I started kind of humming little things like that. She said, okay, yeah, well, I'm having a talent show and I want you to be in it. So I'm like, you know, I've never did a talent show before. She said, well, yeah, you're gonna do this one. So I'm like, okay. She said, so what artist do you like? So I'm kind of telling her, you know, the artists I like. She said, well, my favorite artist is Luther Vandross. Okay, so and he had became like one of my favorite singers, but I didn't really study him. So she said, he's my favorite artist, and he has some songs out that I would like, and I want you to sing a Luther Vandross song. So I said, I don't know him. She said, well, yeah, you learn it. And she said, if you don't do it, then this is going to affect your grade. So I go home and I find some Luther Vandross. And you know, my older brothers and sisters were into music, so that wasn't the problem. Luther Vandross was a hot, you know, so I learned to listen to the song, like, wow, I like this guy, you know. So I learned Luther Vandross. And the first song that I did, my sister and I,